Hello, Pulp Hounds. Thank you for joining me today. So, yeah, I've been focusing on my William Hope Hodgson videos. I'm glad you guys enjoyed them. Thank you so much for your comments. I really haven't prepped much, and I'm not going to be prepping much for the next couple of weeks because the run up to Christmas, I got a bunch of books and got some for Christmas as well. And I got a few quid for Christmas off well-wishers and admirers. Well, off my mother. Which, oddly enough, I've ordered some more books. So if Boris does want to lock us down and close all the tattoo studios, I will be fine. I have Victor, plenty of tea bags, and a big stack of books to read. So, yeah, this is just a pickups video. So let's start and see what joyous nonsense I've been wasting all my precious money on. Let's start with pickups. So this goes back like a month or two or three. Goes back a little while. It's been a while since I've done a pickups. And the bulk of these, I call them pickups, but I get them online. There's nowhere round where I live to buy nice old musty second-hand paperbacks. So first up is The Truth About Witchcraft by Hans Holzer. I adore these Arrow editions from the mid-70s that are just plain black with like a wood cut on the back. This is an expose about... It's almost kind of like you thought witches were crones and old women grinding up aconite and belladonna. No, there's attractive young nubile witches too nowadays. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. I love stuff like that. That's not my current bookmark. It's got a bookmark in it from James Thinn. Yeah. I also managed to get another one. Ronald Seth, In the Name of the Devil. This focuses on major Scottish witchcraft cases. Which I don't really know that much about Scottish witchcraft, so I'm quite looking forward to reading that. I do love these Arrow books, and they're kind of hard to track down this particular edition, and some of them are really expensive. There's a Gerald Gardner one that's expensive. There's the Malleus Maleficarum, which is quite expensive, and I've got a really nice hardback of that. And I don't want to spend too much on a paperback that I'm not really going to read just to fit in with the rest of the set. Oh, the difficulties of being a paperback collector. What else have I got? I got another Arrow one that I was hoping was going to be in the same style, but it's not. It's called Binding the Devil by Roger Baker, and it's all about exorcism. Is exorcism the only answer when modern psychiatry fails? Brilliant. So it's the truth about exorcism. I haven't read that one yet, but I will do. And then I got a Nell. There's not many New English Library horror books that I haven't got now. I've been collecting them for years. So to find one that's affordable and that I haven't got is always a bonus. And it's Blood Dynasty by G.C. Cluett. She looks a bit beady-eyed, doesn't she? So it's... I don't think it's sleazy grown-up horror. It did win the Young Writers Award. Well, it came in as a runner-up for the Young Writers Award. I'm not really sure what award that is. It's not one I know. But anyway, it's a lovely cover, and it's another horror Nell. I think there's, out of the like classic 70s through early to mid 80s New English Library, I think there's about 4 or 5 horror books that I haven't got now. So chipping away, always chipping away. Patience, just be patient. These things do pop up. If there's something that you're after, apart from The Farm by Richard Haig, that never seems to come up for a sensible price. What's next? Oh, this is so cool. Right, I think I'm going to take a photograph of this because the cover is... It's not like faded, it's just a bit weird. It's just a bit difficult to see. It's Ghosts and Hauntings by Dennis Bardens. Well, I'll take a photo and I'll put it up here because it's just so cool. Just that dude, just that ghostly chap. I spotted this online and I thought it was very lovely just for a couple of quid. It's real ghosts. There's even a little picture section in the middle, which we always like. Is there the Newby Chapel ghost? Oh God, there's Borley Rectory. Anybody that watches my channel regularly will know that Borley Rectory frightens me. It's not even there anymore. Just those two words, Borley and Rectory. Oh my word. Terror. And then I think we're into anthologies. It's been anthology territory for the past couple of months. As I said in a previous video, it's weird, when it's warm and sunny and bright and everything's lively and busy, I quite like trashy 80s violent horror fiction. When the nights draw in and all the leaves fall from the trees and it's dark at like 4 or 5 o'clock, I do love a kind of more sedate ghost or horror story. So I've been continuing that kind of theme with the anthologies I've been picking up. This one popped up and it ticked a couple of boxes for many reasons. It's 13 famous ghost stories edited by Peter Underwood. I really like Peter Underwood. I've got a few of his kind of true ghost account type books. It's an awesome skeleton, desiccated gentleman on the cover. So yeah, and again, it was very, very cheap. It's part of the Everyman library, and it's not bad. I think I've got just about everything in it. There's a story by A.J. Allen, The Dream, that I haven't got. But it's like E.F. Benson, Caterpillars, there's Ambrose Bierce, Blackwood, The Signal Man by Charles Dickens, which is a great story, and I do love the Ghost Story for Christmas adaptation. But I've read it a lot of times, and I have it in many, 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 many anthologies. But I just thought that looked really cool. What else we got? Some Hugh Lamb. Yeah, I'm still having a Hugh Lamb thing. If you don't know, Hugh Lamb was an anthologist, largely an anthologist, who put together anthologies of more obscure Victorian and Edwardian ghost and horror fiction, and it's not always the same run-of-the-mill stuff. He finds really interesting stuff, and I've discovered a couple of authors that I really, really like in his anthologies. So I got the Dover Thrift edition of A Bottomless Grave. These Dover Thrift editions are great because they are as cheap as chips, I think. This was £2.19 including postage. So you could probably get a small chips for that. Or maybe even a chip butty. And it's a really lovely anthology. There's a lot of names I do know, like Ambrose Bierce, Guy Boothby, Ian H. Heron. But then there's stuff by H.B. Marriott Watson, G.R. Sims, Murray Gilchrist, I know that name, Dick Donovan. The Corpse Light by Dick Donovan. Hi, I'm Dick Donovan. So yeah, some really cool looking stuff in that. I'm looking forward to cracking on with that. And then I got some of the Equation Chillers, which I've got quite a few of, but there was one book in particular that set me off. Because I've been reading so many Hugh Lamb anthologies, I wanted to have a look to see if there was any books by Bernard, or collections of short stories by Bernard Capes, who features a lot in his... Is it Gaslit Terror? Gaslit Nightmares in his Gaslit Nightmares anthologies. And up popped this, The Black Reaper, a paperback of stories by Bernard Capes, again selected by Hugh Lamb. These are dead nice. This Equation Chillers, they look really nice together on... Oh, it's got a sticker there. I need to get that off. They look really nice together on the shelf. There is actually a little bit of sticker tidying up to do on this. But I've done a video about getting stickers and sticker residue off, even if it's dry and horrible. It's dead easy and really straightforward. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Bernard Capes stuff. So I've read about half of this now. I've had this one a little while. I'm not reading it in one chunk. I'm kind of dipping in and out, and in between other books, I'll have a couple of Bernard Capes stories. But I'm really enjoying his stuff. Another one of the Equation Chillers is Dracula's Brood, edited by Richard Dolby. Now, this isn't the best cover, is it? Honestly, that kind of don't work for me. I'm not quite sure. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a chunky anthology. And so it's vampire stories that were published between 1867 and 1940. So there's a whole load of stuff in this inspired by the popularity of Dracula that I have never even come across. William Gilbert, that one's from 1867. Eliza Linton, Phil Robinson, Anne Crawford. I mean, there is Arthur Conan Doyle and Vernon Lee and Algernon Blackwood and lovely Montague Rhodes James. But there's a smattering, out of the whole load of stories, there's a smattering of authors that I know. There's a whole lot of authors that I don't know. I'm going to continue to collect these. Thankfully, I've got some of the more expensive ones. The Stoneground Ghost Tales of E.G. Swain. I've had that quite a while. It's a fabulous book. It's a lot like M.R. James. That seems to be one of the pricier ones. And I also, this one's a bit more tatty. I think it got a little bit mangled in the envelope, unfortunately. But Stories in the Dark, another Hugh Lamb anthology. So this is Jerome K. Jerome. I know the name, and I'm aware of some of his novels, but I don't think I've ever read any. So I'm quite interested to read his ghost and horror stories. Robert Barr, who is in the Gaslit Nightmares books, and Barry Payne, Lots by Barry Payne. That was my main kind of drive for getting this book, because I wanted to read more Barry Payne stories. And as I said before, if I was going to be a gentleman wrestler making his way to the ring, my wrestling name would be Barry Payne. And again, these Equation Chillers, I just think they're a lovely anthology. I quite like the format. Not a lovely anthology, a lovely series. I quite like the format C, slightly bigger paperback size, bit bigger text, which I appreciate. Nell, New English Library books, I love them, but the text is so small, and you're reading a page for about 40 minutes. You think you're going to whistle through it because it's like that thick, but the text looks like spider shit. And yeah, I've got to have my extra special reading glasses on. I also got another nice Format C anthology. This isn't in the best condition. It's for reading. It's The Tale of an Empty House by E.F. Benson. Introduction by Susan Hill. So I'm quite looking forward to see what she says about E.F. Benson's story. Edward Frederick Benson. There he is, look. What a dude. What a stoic-looking gentleman. I haven't got a lot of E.F. Benson books that aren't in some way collectible or pristine. It's like I've got the Horror Horn the Panther edition, and it looks unread. It looks like you've literally just pulled it off a shelf. So that's in a bag to protect it from book slide scuffage, and it's not something I feel comfortable sitting down and just cracking the spine on. I'd cringe. So this is an E.F. Benson reading copy of an anthology, and it's got everything in here that I kind of want to read, like The Room in the Tower and No Birds Sing, Home Sweet Home, Caterpillars. It's all the ones that you would kind of expect to find, but yeah, that can go in my satchel and come with me to work and be on my nightstand to read in bed and all that kind of stuff. And then we come to some Christmas presents. Nobody really buys me books for Christmas. If somebody is wanting to buy me books for Christmas, they give me some money to choose a book that I want and haven't got. My house is largely full of books, but they all get read, and I thoroughly enjoy them. But I've got one friend, my best friend, buys me books, and he is a wonderful selector of books for me. So he got me some books for Christmas. The first one being And Midnight Never Come, edited by Hugh and Richard Lamb. So this is an anthology that Hugh Lamb started editing and didn't finish before he died. So it was finished off by his son, Richard Lamb, and is available on the on Hugh Lamb. It's not Hugh Lamb's website, but the official Hugh Lamb website. A lot of the old anthologies are being reprinted in these really nice, high quality Format C paperbacks. And they're not super pricey, and they're just generally lovely. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go and check it out. But this is a great anthology. There's a bit of Bernard Capes, Thomas Burke. There's a William Hope Hodgson, The Phantom Ship, Alice Perrin, Violet Jacob, and the lovely Johnny Mains wrote the afterword. Johnny's got a new anthology out. That's people getting attacked by animals, which I've pre-ordered. So I'll put the Amazon link if that works. I'll put something in the description about it so you can find it if you want to check it out. My very, very lovely best friend also started me down another path of collecting, which I haven't started yet, and got me some of the British Library. I had a little brain fart then. The British Library Tales of the Weird. He got me 3. He got me From the Depths, Strange Stories of the Sea. These are just beautiful. I adore these. Tales of the Tattooed, an anthology of ink. And Crawling Horror, Creeping Tales of the Insect Weird. How well he knows me. Nautical mysteries, tattoos, and creepy insects and arachnids. Awesome. It's a series I've been looking at, starting to grab for ages and ages and ages. They are absolutely beautiful and really fabulous anthologies, kind of really well thought out, curated anthologies, rather than here's a bunch of ghost stories that we can reprint. So that's going to that little section of my library is going to keep growing from here on in. So yeah, that's not necessarily what I've been reading. I've been reading all sorts, but I think that's a separate video, and then I can have a good natter about things like that. I'm not really reading for videos at the minute. I'm reading for pleasure, which I like reading for videos, because obviously the last videos I did were William Hope Hodgson. So I've sat and reread a whole bunch of wonderful and bizarre and unsettling stories. But there's a few books that I got round about Christmas time that I just want to sit and read for my own reading pleasure. That I don't think will figure in videos, but they might do in the future. So yeah, for now, that's what I've been spending my ill-gotten gains on, and being presented as wonderful, generous and truly thoughtful gifts. So I hope you lot enjoyed whatever winter festival you celebrate, and next week it's Books on Wednesday again. Yeah! So, Happy New Year everybody, and I shall see you all in 2022 with more book, record and horror nonsense content.